Feels like it's been a while since the last time I'd come back to my base. In reality though, I'd only been away for half a day. I'd left my PC on, and the chair attending my screensaver radiated its pale light and a smile into the rest of the dark room. I locked the door from the inside and flung myself heavily down on the sofa. When I closed my eyes, I couldn't help recalling what had happened today. Of all things, to be suspected by the police. I must be making some kind of mistake. I wasn't even capable of murder. Do a better job of investigating. This isn't the game. Is it now? They probably thought it because a creepy otaku don't have much social knowledge. I wouldn't be able to object even if they set me up as the criminal. Since they had totally failed to find the true perpetrator, they wanted to maintain their reputations by using me as a scapegoat. Damn it! What should I do to clear up their accusations? I shuddered as I remembered the scene at that cafe. There was someone out there far more terrifying than the police. Yua was my enemy. Lilia thought I was safe because she hadn't shown any signs of movement. I'd been ecstatic thinking she wouldn't attempt to make contact with me anymore. But today, I'd been forced to realize my mistake. I needed the sword to resist the likes of her. I cast a glance at a cheap sword leaning up to one side of my PC. Why do I have the feeling that Yua might have a D-sword of her own? It was a fake. According to ISA, the D-sword was only visible to those with the power. None of me had clearly seen my sword on the day I bought it. Besides, unlike ISA's and Senate swords, this one didn't glow. Where could the real thing be? I had to acquire one ASAP. If not, it would be the end of me. It couldn't be anything worse than getting wrapped up in something this unreasonable.
あなたは DID 多重人格なんです。
Really? I would think, or I would rather say that Takumi has some kind of schizophrenic disorder. The ID, I don't know. You're wrong, that's impossible. There's no way it could be true. Not to say that multiple personalities are really rare in Japan. You have seen too many movies and novels. I don't have multiple personalities. There's no proof for it anywhere.
違う。あれは違う。
That chat log was consistent with what you had told me.
あんなの捏造だ。証拠にはならない。
But nor was there any proof that I didn't have multiple personalities.
先生は僕を多重人格だなんて診断しなかった。
I don't know how I don't even know how easy it is for professionals to diagnose someone with the ID. I suppose there would be a lot of testing involved. But for some reason, look at Takashi went away.
僕が一番よく知ってる。
But I don't understand myself. I was assaulted by a tingling sensation at the back of my neck. The usual presence. The gaze of someone watching me. Whose eyes are those eyes?
そうだ。将軍だ。あいつが犯人だ。チャットログにもそう書いてあったじゃないか。ユアは将軍の手下だし。
But can we be sure?
ニュージェネ事件だって全部将軍が。
But did Shogun truly exist? Was not that itself a delusion?
僕はまともだ。まともなんだ。そうでしょ。
Railing my head, I shouted at no one. The one who replied was
メールだよボケナス
Sarah? I dragged myself to my PC and checked my email. Grim was the sender. Oh no. The title was Found Something Interesting. Oh god, really? Last time he found something interesting, it wasn't that great. As in, it was the fourth new gen case. Must be more of his trolling. He was trying to get to my head to shut down again. I couldn't afford to go along with Grimm's games now, but for the time being, I stuck to just reading text off his email. Video taken by New Gen Perp? What? My fingers trembled against the mouse. I couldn't tear my eyes away from the email. Did he mean criminal shut up in there? Who was it? Surely not me. My desire to see it warred with my longing not to. This was proof. Proof that I wasn't a criminal. Or else. Proof that I was. I didn't know which would turn out to be the case. It was akin to a gamble. Sensing the ringing of my internal alarm bells, I moved my mouse cursor up to where the link was located. But I couldn't quite work up the courage to click the URL.
私、あなたを助けたい。
Shut up. Don't treat me like a criminal. Don't act like you sympathize with me. I didn't do it. You herself was the one on the killer's side. Furious, I clicked the URL. New page opened up. The word loading appeared in the video window. Also look at those other videos. Group diving vid. I actually recorded that. Popular in GBA right now, group diving of course.
Bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない、bokuじゃない。
Actuality. It only took about 10 seconds to load. But to me, those 10 seconds felt like eternity. Last, it finished loading, and the video began playing back. I'm just going to brace myself. This is a film of a very dark place, but this is the first. The background is pitch black. It looks like somewhere indoors. When I attempt to somehow gather information from within the video window, put my face closer to the monitor. That's a mistake. That's how screamers get you. Jump scares. Also, the background noise is extremely unsettling. It was dim and hard to see, but several girls and guys were there. They were raising their voices, being terribly boisterous. Perhaps because of how low the audio rate was, or perhaps because the emotions of the people in the film were so heightened. I couldn't catch what they were saying. On occasion, they let out violent shouts. My voice was breaking horribly. After watching for a little while, I guessed that there were 5 people present, including the cameraman. That made 6. The cameraman didn't enter the screen in the slightest. Though I could tell there were 5 people, the darkness around prevented me from seeing their faces clearly. As though to affirm one another, they caressed each other's heads, patted each other's shoulders, and embraced. I heard the girl's high-pitched weeping, as if she's been overcome by emotion. It was certainly a singular spectacle. How is this video related to New Gen? I don't know, it clearly says group diving film. And in the first case there were 5 people who dove off a high building. These people are those who are about to jump, I guess. Was the New Gen criminal really the one who filmed it? At least, I had no recollection of taping something similar like this. I don't think so. After some time, the cameraman, the video holding the camera, began moving forward. The 5 subjects, who had been about 5 meters away, gradually began to show up larger and larger. The picture was rather grainy. Maybe someone had lowered the bitrate as much as possible when they included it, as to make the file as smaller. Modern video cameras should be night vision capable. Are they? I don't have any knowledge about modern video cameras, I wouldn't know. But I wasn't sure what his cameraman had to take advantage of that. Was this an old camera, maybe? Oh, this sound is... oh, unsettling. The camera pans from side to side, revealing the surrounding scenery. There at the helipad, I think. What I assume to be a pitch black background was affecting the night sky. In other words, the place being filmed was outside. The reason that not a single building was on the tape was because it was the roof of a high rise. The 5 girls and guys were at the edge of the roof of a very tall building. Those behind them lay a sheer... is it this? I don't know what's the word. Below where the lavish lights of Shibuya one could see from top locations. I finally understood what this video signified when he said he'd been taken by the new-gen criminal. A case in which 5 people jumped off the roof of Cornelius Tower. It should have been sealed off like a locked room situation in a detective novel. The first in a sequence of new-gen incidents, the one that could have been either murder or suicide. If this film portrayed the 5 who jumped to their deaths, that meant there had been a 6th person on the scene when it happened. The 5 shown here hadn't been acting boisterous. All had sat down on the spot and were screaming and crying as they pressed their bodies together. Clearly they were being forced. Never to give up even though they were fated to die soon. One shook his hand and sobbed, no, no. One fell to her knees and wept with his shoulders heaving, clutching at her hair. One turned to the cameraman, crying, asking why he was doing something like this. One was already gone mad and was laughing as tears poured down his face. They lay, waiting to try to live, swearing longing not to die. Especially with anger. Why does this have to happen to us? Many of our emotions forming in a downward spiral. In opposition to that, bizarrely, the cameraman's voice never entered the video. This cameraman was uncannily calm.
Yamero.
Nothing would change, no matter how much I pleaded with the video that had been filmed almost a month earlier. I'm surprised that it would pop up now. I knew it was meaningless, but I found myself unconsciously shouting at the monitor.
こいつらみんな死にたくなんかないんだぞ。
But there was no way my voice could reach him, and the camera drew even closer to the 5 of them. Every time the camera zoomed in close, I'm just scared for a jump scare. I'm driven by fear. They received it from the camera as no crawling. Maybe the projected is somehow threatening them with a weapon. This escape was impossible. Just behind them was the very edge of the heliport. It had nothing resembling a safety fence. Didn't long had anywhere to run. I just scooted back a little further, they'd fall. Oh, it's weird, I suppose. It would be possible for 5 people to take on one perpetrator. The cameraman, utterly heedless of how they begged for their lives, continued advancing the camera on them, as if he meant to drive them distraught. He had driven them this far into a corner, but he thought to take no other action. Though they didn't neither signal to each other nor experience some kind of trigger, the 5 who'd been sobbing in grief suddenly fell silent all at once. They stood up. Huh? I mean, I know what they're about to do, but this really sounds like some kind of group hypnosis. The wind was strong on the roof of Cornelius' tower, pushed on by the wind. They seemed about to stumble. One misstep, and they would fall. As though they'd given up, they joined their hands. They gripped each other's hands firmly.
よせ。やめろ。謝るな。
Silence. I almost thought that even the sound of the wildly blowing wind had stopped. All I could hear were the cars ringing along Ishuto Expressway below the building. The cameraman still did nothing. And one of the 5 softly muttered,
その目誰の目?
What? I froze in front of the monitor, feeling as though a cold hand had grabbed hold of my heart. I mean, you've heard that phrase all the time, but in this context it's very scary.
なんでまたその言葉なんだよ。
This was the new version. The first new version. The first Ninja incident, wasn't it? The phrase "whose side are those eyes" was supposed to be a dying message from Empire House. The 4th case. It was crazy. The film continued, ignoring my internal screams. As they held hands, the 5 slowly stepped forward, as though there were a road ahead of them. They collapsed into the night scenery of the Metropolis. I bit my lip and covered my eyes. God, that sound. Oh, that sound. Oh, I just shuddered. That was really unsettling. Even though I knew what's about to happen because we've seen, but to experience this firsthand almost. Oh boy. The group diving wasn't suicide. This too had been a homicide. The criminal had been there when it happened. And I knew. The cameraman. Mixed in with the sound of the powerful wind on the rooftop. Mixed in with the sound of the 5 people intently weeping. Mixed in with the honking of the cars on the expressway below. As I had distinctly heard another fainter sound. It was like that of metal creaking. Shogun in his wheelchair. Sound that I'd heard when the cameraman advanced. The sound of a wheelchair.
あの時、僕の前に現れたのは現実だったんだね。カメラの目線が低すぎだよ。将軍。
Naturally, the group diving video became a huge topic of conversation after I started streaming online. As Grandma told me, the internet was going bonkers over it. Many at Chen were convinced that all 4 new gen homicides had been committed by the same murderer. Those eyes had a new gen criminal signature. The guy who put it on YouTube has to be the perp. Awesome stuff. Those eyes are, etc. The message of Vampire was who eyes are, etc. That makes the connection between the first and the last new gen cases. You know, everyone used to say they weren't related. We can add the pregnant man and the staking too. Perhaps getting way too excited about this. Thus, whose eyes etc. first showed up in Vampire House, though whoever did it couldn't have been imitating the group diving. I saw the vid, but doesn't it seem kind of fake? I bet one sentence some acting group did it to get press. I don't know if you use whose eyes praise or whatever, you twerps. All to do is make the perp get even more into it. So are we like totally sure that it's all the same guy now? I could actually just Jimmy the Still and had a landing mat spread out below it. I wish that were the case. Agreed, more people are gonna get killed while you guys keep using those words. Get hold of yourselves. It's not that funny anymore. YouTube vid, it's racked up the top number of views. Special programs are all over the commercial stations, except for Tokyo TV. The TV reports were getting overheated as well. Like mentioned, all the big channels except Tokyo TV were broadcasting special programs. They aired the aforementioned video over and over. The special programming itself ended in about an hour. But it was a minor shock to the country when that video got broadcast nationwide. Although all of the stations voluntarily censored themselves, cutting off the last scene where the actual jumping took place, it still had an astoundingly powerful impact. The drift of the debate on TV was by and large the same as online, and people seemed to have all but decided that the 4 new gen cases had been committed by the same criminal. This was natural enough. It was already discovered common ground between 2 of the new gen incidents. Eyes at those eyes. There is currently going around Shibuya. That originally made its public debut via the 4th new gen case, Vampire House. Like that, one of the victims from the group diving, which took place over a month earlier, had let the same word slip. At present, those words were known to have been used in the first and last of the 4 new gen incidents. What that pointed to was, as everyone thought, the possibility that the 4 incidents had been triggered by the same perpetrator. The police held an emergency press conference where they announced their response by stating that they would move to identify the uploader with all possible speed. Some politicians were also saying things like, "How greatly regrettable, the criminal must be apprehended as soon as possible." The YouTube video was deleted by the site in less than 3 hours after it got uploaded, but by then it was too late. Once on the internet, always on the internet. A journalist has long since finished capturing the vid and spreading it around by uploading it here and there and everywhere. No one could stop them. Late at night, the following fact was revealed via a police announcement. God, that's our computer. The video of the group diving incident had been uploaded from the PC in room 37 of a certain manga cafe. This was located in the Shibuya area.